Okay, so now we're going to talk about your resources and a couple of documents about getting organised for the course and for the contact time. So first thing that we just want to check in is make sure that you've got the correct spiral bound workbooks. So you should have one that is titled The Foundations, you should have one that is titled The Mat Work, and you should have one that is titled The Reformer. The Foundations workbook has several different units in that same book, and the first section is called The Foundations, and that's looking at the breathing, posture workshops, and lots of lovely things that we're going to cover in the contact time. The second section inside that workbook is Work Health and Safety, and then the third section is Anatomy and Physiology dedicated. Those last two sections, Work Health and Safety and Anatomy and Physiology, they are both covered through self-directed learning only. So that means that you, right from the beginning, you want to start reading and working your way through both of those workbooks. They are certainly applicable information that is layered into your work experience time, layered into your understanding of the contact, but it's not content that we cover directly in the contact. So really important to note that. Inside the Mat Work and the Reformer workbooks, that is your repertoire. So the Mat Work repertoire is going to be in that Mat Work workbook, and the Reformer one has the Reformer repertoire and also some more details about group Reformer programming. So both of those workbooks are going to be thoroughly covered in your contact time. So when you arrive for your first contact day, you want to bring all three of those spiral bound workbooks. And also, we'd like you to bring the two reference textbooks that are given to you as part of your training as well. The first one is called Anatomy of Movement, which is a really lovely illustrative book that shows you supporting pictures of muscles, bones. That's going to be a real help to you. And also the Return to Life from Joseph Pilates is his original book, and something that of course every Pilates instructor needs to read and be familiar with. But again, it's not something that we're actually going to spend dedicated contact time on. So read that one yourself at home, and when you come to your contact, just bring that Anatomy of Movement textbook with you. So that's your resources, and that's which parts are covered through self-directed learning, which parts are covered at the contact. I just also want to draw your attention to your course timetable, which shows you dates, times for your contact time, but also for your teaching clinics. It's important that you attend 100% of that time, and if for any reason you need to leave early or you need to miss a part of that, that does need to be made up. So that will need to be spoken about in terms of whether we do some private tuition, and that's at a slightly separate cost to you, or if the time permits, sometimes you are able to jump in with another intake if it doesn't put your learning into a inconvenient order for you. So those are the options there with the contact. If you are unwell, we certainly don't want you to come into the studio. Call us, let us know if the morning of your contact you wake up and you have been sick, and we will discuss some alternative arrangements for you. So just do your best, make sure that you're there for that contact. And then the other documents that we want to just have a look at is the contact preparation guide and the teaching clinic preparation guide. Those two are just telling you how to best prepare for your contact sessions and for your teaching clinics. The session numbers that are on those documents or on the contact preparation guide, they line up with the session numbers on your timetable so that you can see how you can best prepare for those sessions. Really important that you take note of the preparation that's needed for your teaching clinics in particular, because otherwise you're not going to get the most out of those, and they are specifically designed to help propel you forward and prepare you for your practical exams. So really important. Whilst you're in your contact time, making sure that you write plenty of notes to refer back to, because there's a lot of information to take on, and sometimes it's not until you're further into your course and able to readdress and rehear that information. You want to just make sure that you've got plenty of notes for yourself there too. So that's your resources and how best to get started for your course. We'll see you at the studio.